Hi everyone, Taylor here from Needle Clankers. Today I thought that we would work on the Pumpkin Patch wrist warmers. Now I've made one and I thought that we could make the other one together on camera. That way I can show you how to make them and then you'll have some really pretty wrist warmers. There should be a picture at the beginning of the video so that you can see what they look like on. If not, you can find pictures over on Underground Crafter. Our pattern will be over there, including the Pumpkin Patch Beanie, which is already on there, and I'll be sure to leave links in the description box where you can find both patterns. To get started, what you'll need is 1 cake of red heart, roll with it melange. It is 100% acrylic. This one is called curtain call, but you can use any 4-weight yarn to make these, or should be able to. This is a roving type yarn, and I wanted to thank Red Heart so much for providing this yarn today. They were kind enough to give us this yarn so that we can do the patterns for Underground Crafter. And as well, you can take and grab 2 of these and you'll be able to make the beanie and the wrist warmers, so you have the whole entire set. 2 of these will be more than enough for that. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, grab your G hook or 4.5mm hook and let's get started. To start this pattern, we're going to chain 9, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going to go into the back bumps of this chain. You can do it however you like. It's just easier to sew at the end if I've got what looks like the stitches on the right side. So I'm going to skip this first chain and I'm going to single crochet into the second chain. And I'm going to single crochet in every chain across. You should have 8 single crochets when you're done. Okay, I finished my row 1, which was single crochet in every stitch, and rows 2 through 32, this is what you'll be doing. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and I want you to find the back loop right there and single crochet into it. Not both loops, but just the back loop. It'll give some pretty ribbing, which is right here. This ribbing right here, that's what we're working on right now. And you have this 1 stitch left right here. Sometimes it can be hidden, but you want to make sure you get it. And you should always have 8 stitches when you're done. And when you finish that row, you're going to chain 1, turn, and do the same thing. Single crochet in the back loop. Continue this until you reach row 32. Alright, I am back and I have my 32 rows. And if you don't have a row counter or stitch markers, whatever, another way to tell how many rows you have are these bumps here. Each bump counts as 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and so on until you have 32. Now, next in the pattern, it tells you to pinch the ends together, inserting your hook into the back loop of the front stitch. I'm going to show you what this means. I want this side where I've got the working stitch here, working stitch, and the side that I've already finished in the back. And I'm going to pinch them together. Okay. Take your working yarn and we're going to insert our hook. Well, let's chain one first. Insert our hook into the back loop of that first stitch, and then go back here to the first stitch of this row and insert our hook into both loops. And you're going to pull through both of them and slip stitch. Let's do that again. Find the back loop of this front stitch and find the next stitch here and put your hook through both loops. You're going to take the yarn and pull through both. Might be difficult, but you'll get it. And then you're going to complete slip stitch. And you're going to do that all the way down. Back loop only of the front stitch, and then both loops of the second. And you're going to do that all the way down. Alright, I have mine sewed together. This is the cuff. And you can't hardly tell the difference after you get it sewed where the seam is. Now we're going to start on this part of the wrist warmer. We just finished this part here. We're going to work on this part and then we'll finish off with this. Okay, to start the first round, you're going to chain one and you're going to put one single crochet in every row for a total of 32 stitches. So you find each row, because they're single crochets, they only need one stitch per row. You gotta make sure you have 32 stitches around, and once you do, we'll come back and start the body of the wrist warmer. Alright, I have my 32 stitches here. Now we're going to go to round 2. In round 2, you repeat till you have 15 rows. Round 2 through 15. We're going to chain 1, single crochet, and 2 double crochets in the same stitch right there, because this chain 1 doesn't count as anything. So insert your hook and put a single crochet in that stitch and do 2 double crochets in that same stitch. Now you're going to skip 2 stitches, skip, skip, and you're going to put 1 single crochet and 2 doubles in the third. So skip, skip, go into the third, put a single crochet, 2 doubles. And you're going to repeat this all the way around. You're going to skip 2 stitches, skip, skip. You're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles in the third. Alright, you are going to repeat this. Skip 2 stitches, put a single crochet and 2 doubles in the third. All the way around, and I will show you what you do at the end. Alright, I am at the end here, and you should have 2 stitches left, and I do. I'm going to take and slip stitch to the single crochet, not the chain 1, but the single crochet from the beginning round, like that. And to start your next round, and you're going to repeat this all the way around until you get 15 rounds done. Chain 1, and in that single crochet that you slip stitched into, you're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles. Like that. And then you'll skip these 2 double crochets and find the next single crochet, which is right there. And you'll put a single crochet and 2 doubles. Skip the 2 double crochets, find the single crochet, and 2 doubles in that one stitch. And you'll repeat this all the way around until you have your 15 rounds done, and at the end you'll just slip stitch to the single crochet, chain 1, and start your round again. Alright, I'll meet you back up after 15 rounds. Alright, I have my 15 rounds done. Now let's make the thumb hole. To start that, we're going to chain 1, and you're going to make your first cluster, which is single crochet, 2 double crochets in that same stitch, you're going to skip 2 double crochets and go into the next single crochet and make a cluster. Alright, now we're going to make the thumb hole. First we're going to chain 3, and we're going to skip 5 stitches. The reason why we're skipping 5 stitches is because this cluster here, there's 3 stitches here, that counts for these 2 double crochets here. So if we were to chain 5 and skip 5, we would be increasing by 2 stitches. So we need to chain 3 and skip this cluster here. So you skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this next single crochet here, you're going to put another cluster, which is single crochet, and 2 double crochets. Alright, to finish this round, you're going to do it like you did the other 15 rounds. You're just going to skip 2 stitches, which is the 2 double crochets, and find the next single crochet. And you'll put a cluster in there, which is single crochet, 2 doubles. And you'll repeat that all the way around until you reach the end. Alright, we just finished round 16, and I'm going to show you how to do round 17. In the pattern, it says repeat round 2, and so it's the same as round 2, but I'm going to get you over this chain here so you know what to do there. Let's go ahead and get started. First, chain 1, and you're going to put your cluster in that same stitch, single crochet, 2 doubles, you'll skip 2 stitches and go to the next single crochet and put single crochet, 2 doubles, you'll skip the 2 double crochets and find the first chain of the chain 3, and you'll put a single crochet and 2 doubles. And I'm trying to make sure I get 2 loops on my hook instead of 1, like that. I'm going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles in that stitch. You're going to skip the next 2 stitches and find the single crochet right there and put a single crochet, 2 doubles in it. Alright, now that I've got you over the thumb, I'm going to let you go all the way around and finish this round up. You just repeat it like you do round 2. And we'll meet back up for the top of the ribbing. Alright, we just finished round 17, and now we're going to start on this ribbing here. We just finished the thumb hole here, and we're going to start on this ribbing here at the top. Before we can start the ribbing, we're going to single crochet in every stitch around. So what we're going to do is chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch, and you're going to put a single crochet in every stitch around, and then we'll meet back up for the ribbing part. Now that we've got round 18 finished, we're going to start row 1 of the top of the ribbing of the wrist warmer. To start that, we're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to go in the back bumps of this chain as just like I did at the beginning, and we're going to put a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So we're going to skip this one and go into the second one, and we're going to put 1 single crochet in every chain across. So you should have 6 single crochets when you're finished. Alright, so now that we have our 6 stitches done, we're going to slip stitch into the single crochets here. I'm going to slip stitch into this one, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the next one. That's 2 slip stitches. We're going to chain 1, and we'll start row 2 of the ribbing. row 2 is you're going to skip the 2 slip stitches right there and right there, and you're going to single crochet back loop only of the first single crochet. So you skip the 2 slip stitches and you single crochet back loop only in the first single crochet and every single crochet across, making sure to only do the back loop. That way it puts the ribbing on there. Like that. To start round 3. Okay, row 3. We're going to chain 1 and turn the work so that we're working like this, and we're going to skip, oh, I say skip, that chain 1 doesn't count as anything, so you're going to back loop only single crochet in every stitch. So you should have 6 single crochets when you're done. Like that. And then you're going to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. You'll skip these stitches that you've already slip stitched into and go into the next 2. So this one right here, you're going to slip stitch into. The next stitch, you're going to slip stitch into. Chain 1, turn the work, and then you'll repeat rows 2 and 3 until you reach the end. This is considered row 2. So what you're going to do is chain 1 and turn your work, then skip the slip stitches, skip, skip, and single crochet back loop only of every single crochet. You should always have 6 stitches. Chain 1. Now this one is considered row 3. So row 3 is we chain 1, turn our work, and single crochet back loop only of every stitch. Let's get that done, making sure not to skip any of those single crochets. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches of the wrist warmer. Let's see. So that would be this one here, and then the next one. Chain 1, and then you consider this row 2. So you'll go across, skipping the slip stitches, chain 1, turn, go all the way down, and then you'll slip stitch into the next 2 stitches here. And you'll repeat that until you reach back here, and that's where we'll meet back up. Alrighty, I finished the ribbing for my wrist warmer, and I've started sewing this up, but I figured I'd show you. What I do is I end on a row that is against the cuff or the wrist warmer. That way whenever I sew it, it sews this way, and I don't have to worry about using a tapestry needle and sewing it that way. I can sew it with my crochet. If you end on a row over here, then I would suggest using a tapestry needle to sew it up. This is just my preference. So what I'm going to do is I inserted my hook into the back loop of this front stitch here and inserted my hook into both loops of the back stitch here, and I'm going to slip stitch that, and I'll go to the next stitch, back loop only. I'll find the next stitch on the back and put my hook through both loops and slip stitch it, and I'm going to do that for every stitch, and you should have 6 stitches on both sides because we didn't increase or decrease. And this is where you cut your yarn and you hide your tails, and you have finished your wrist warmer. Now all you got to do is make one more to match. And you can tell I took and made this wrist warmer from the center of the cake, and you can see how the colors pulled out. And then I made this wrist warmer from the outside of the cake, and you can see how the colors pulled out. I don't know if it'll do that on every cake, but I think that's pretty cool. And so you still have enough here that you could probably make another set, no problem. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you did, like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video from Needle Clankers. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.